My name is Mark Person, and I am from Columbus, Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy. I was born in Alabama and grew up in Georgia. Been up here about 27 years, off and on. Love it up here. I love the ocean, and have a show that I call Staying Grounded. And it's a show that's very important, very dear to my heart. I'm going to exhibit. I have it in the museum in Hyannis, at the Zion Union Heritage Museum on North Street, 276 North Street. It's there on permanent collection. However, I'm going to be able to exhibit this here on the August 23rd through September the 21st. And we're going to have an opening. I'm going to invite all you guys to our opening on the 23rd from 5 to 8. But it's a show that's very important to me. It's cotton fields. It's the facade of the slave museum I call Commerce. It's just the old slave mart where in Charleston, South Carolina, that I saw, and I just had to take that photograph. Although it's very difficult for me to go into that museum in Charleston on Chalmers Street is where it is. But I saw it. I'm a photojournalist, and everything to me when I take a photograph is about somewhat my life. And the Staying Grounded series is one of the most important exhibits that I have, and I do a lot of different exhibits, but this one is very special. So I wanted to bring it here in Plymouth, and I want you guys to see it. I have images called Georgia Red Dirt, which is a beautiful image of a cotton plant that's grown. Of course, you know, down there everything's grown in red dirt, and it's beautiful. So the cotton is the metaphor, but the dirt is, you know, the cotton is so obvious, but yet the dirt is red, and it's just a beautiful image. And I have it in a large canvas. I think I will show that particular one. I have a Georgia Gold, I call, which is a plethora of cotton plants that I was able to go low and capture that, and really special. And different images that's very dear to me. I think it's imperative that everyone see it. Images of my family. It's a photograph that I call Family, and it's an image that I took of my family reunion about 2 years ago in Columbus, Georgia. And my mother's side of the family is Chandler, and she had 9 sisters, 1 brother, and you know, I'm one of 8 in my family, and I have 7 siblings, and my aunt had 12 kids. So basically, it was about 100 people in this photograph. The photograph is just so amazing. It took me, I didn't take it. When I got behind it, my ancestors were talking to me. I was so nervous, and I get the opportunity to shoot Elton John, Smokey Robinson, because I get to tour with Smokey from time to time. But that image was so important. It was just so powerful. And it's been a hit of the show because people convey that family image, their family, you're Italian American, you're Irish American, doesn't really matter. It just so happened that my family is African American. So it really is all about metaphors for me. And I have an image that's called Protection. And it's this beautiful tree that's overshadowing this home, dilapidated home in rural Georgia, that it's just, to me, it's just so powerful. And I feel that that tree is protecting that home. And so really it's about my upbringing. I have a beautiful image of Martin Luther King, the statue of Martin Luther King in D.C. I call Dream, because we all know I have a dream speech in 1963. But for me, I was used to be at on my grandfather's porch in Alabama when 5, 6, 7 years old. And I remember he used to allow me to dream. I used to just be there and dream about all the things I wanted to accomplish in my life. So when I took that image, when I took that photograph of Martin Luther King, it was obvious that dream is there. But for me, the metaphor for me was that how I was able to dream and do the things that I want to do in my life. My company, Middleman Production, it's actually making dreams for artists. I am a dream maker. I realized when I was trying to do things for myself, I wasn't really accomplishing a whole lot. You know, it's all about unity to me. As I was telling you, I have a family I have 7 siblings, and my parents, so there's 10 of us in the household that we grew up, and it was a unity. It's all about unity. It was a slice, it was a chicken, for instance. Let's say fried chicken, or a cake, or a pie. Everyone had to have a slice of it. So with my company, what I wanted to do is really help others. I'm a publisher in the process of writing a book called Finding Peace Through Photography. that is going to be about images that kind of help save my life, really, when I started doing photography. So really, whether it's fashion, whether it's really helping other artists achieve greatness, because in general, a lot of artists, they're focusing on their art. They need someone to help promote them. They need someone to help get them to places, to get them to other galleries, to just help them organize them. And that's really what my company is all about. I do musicians. The funny thing about that is that I had the opportunity to do the CD cover for Gary Foote, Harlem Works. Gary is Smokey Robinson's bass player, and his wife is Jenny Douglas. And Jenny Douglas is the backup singer for Mick Jagger, Pink, John Cougar Mellencamp, Rob Thomas, on and on and on and on and on. Just a plethora of different great artists. She's on tour with Pink right now in Australia. But I did the CD cover for them, and in Harlem, of all places, and of course the CD is called Harlem Works. And they hired me to manage them. They knew that I was in sales. They knew that that what my company was all about. They hired me to do that. And I threw a photograph. Everything's been through a photograph. I gave them a beautiful photograph I call Faith, because without faith we have nothing. And there's a statue of Jesus Christ that I caught in Orleans on the Cape, behind this beautiful church, and it was this statue of Jesus. Just here I am, and the shadows of the trees, and a shadow of of going across his face of Jesus Christ, that he looked like the eye is so real. So that's such an important image for me, and I think I do show that image in Staying Grounded. I may have that on canvas that I'll show everyone. But I gave them that image. I met them at the Cape Cod Jazz Fest. I was doing I do fashion shoots, and I love doing musicians. I love doing people, but I love movement when I'm doing photography. I love the naturalness of photography. And I gave him this image, and he said, you know what, man? I need someone to do my CD cover, and I'm going to give the job to you. So at that time, I went to Harlem and scouted all the locations in the rain, because it was my big break at the time. I just closed my business down. I used to own an art gallery in Mashpee on the Cape, and jewelry store and galleries. Beautiful place, but I just couldn't sustain it. The economy wasn't good. It just wasn't my time. And I didn't know at the time that I would start taking photographs and what have you, but I took this beautiful photograph of the Cape Cod Bay, and I knew that was my calling, and here I am. And I gave him that image. He gave me that opportunity, and he hired me to manage him, and it's been really wonderful ever since. I have a television show called Live from Center Stage, which is Dennisport at the Cape Cod Community Media Center, and we bring live music from all around the world, and it's just been amazing. But everything has been through a photograph, and that's important to me. Whether it's my company or whatever I'm doing, it's all about the photograph, about that image. And I give a lot of images away to various friends and people that sometimes are strangers, and they say, well, wow, how did you know? How did you know this is what I needed? So I try to speak to them. To me, the caption of the image is just as important than the photograph. So it's a marriage between the two, and that's basically what the book is going to be about. It's going to be the image, caption, and it's up to whoever, is up to the consumer to get whatever they want from it. I didn't want to go too deep into it. I just want to take a beautiful photograph, and I want to put, like, Finding Peace is the name of the book, but Finding Peace is the image. One of my first images that I sold in New York City of this seascape coming off the beach, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And the back cover is called Reflection, which is the image of going to the beach. And I kind of go through things in life, because you have to go through things to get through things. And that's really my concept about life in general. A shout out to Karen Fabian. That's what she's doing. Culture, art is so important to our lives. Without it, we don't really have a life. You know, I had the opportunity to spend a lot of time in Provincetown, and at that time, I believe, I didn't know I had the gift of being an artist. I just knew that I was coaching basketball at the time. I was an artist in a way where I was making sure that I taught the kids about life. I really wasn't a coach. I guess I was a coach, but it wasn't about basketball. For me, it was about coaching life. And that was one of the best jobs I ever had. But I just wanted to give it up to Karen Fabian that's giving me the opportunity. She's been showing my work for the past year and a half, and she even produced a show for me, a concert at the Memorial Hall there. That she did. In the snowstorm, she did an amazing job. Romero was the show, and I just want to thank her for giving me the opportunity to showcase my hair, because she's really my art dealer that's facilitating things here, and she's special, you know, here in Plymouth, and I guess we can cover Kingston, Duxbury, and Pembroke as well. It's imperative to have someone like that, and her gallery, of course, is Artist Exposure, is on Howland Street in Plymouth, and I guess I'm a big plugger. That's my company, is the Middleman Productions, you know. But the reality of it is that we need people like that. We need art, and art is different. Everything is different in art, and I just love to take photographs. I love taking photographs. I love doing casual shots. I love doing concert shots. I had the opportunity to do Elton John. It was special. And I took Elton John at his AIDS Foundation with his friend David. I think his name is David. But the photograph is called "Saving Lives," because he spent so much. He has you know, raised so much money, and he saved a lot of lives. You know, so images like that, or Natalie Cole. When I took a photograph of Natalie Cole, it's such a special image. But I thought of her father, Nat King Cole. So it wasn't about her, because they're from Alabama, and I'm from Alabama. My father's side is from Alabama. So when I took that photograph, and I was very close to her, and she gave it to me, but she was in singing, and it's one of my most favorite images. And of course, Smokey Robinson, call him legendary, this particular image, a true legend, something like that, or him doing his thing, Smokey Robinson. So every image and every type of style is unique, but yet it is the same. I try to find it within. We'll have some smaller prints that, you know, we'll have some larger canvases. I love to do larger canvases, just kind of you have people walk into it, and we'll have some frame things as well. And I will have some smaller matted images as well. And then I'm doing postcards now. I'm even doing that right now. And Karen really said, "Mark, do more." So I'm doing that as well. But the key is to get the art out there. And this exhibit is, again, it's powerful, it's unique, but it's about my life. 23rd of August, 5 to 8, please come out. And also here, you guys are so amazing here at PACTV. You guys are playing my television show, which is live from center stage. We filmed that down live in front of a live audience in Dennisport on Cape Cod, and I want to thank you guys for playing it. 10 o'clock, I think, is a time frame every Friday night that we'll be doing our shows, and I want to thank you guys so much, and thank you for the interview. I really appreciate it, Julie.